This is the data with the new point added. The new point is 312.49. And we want to determine whether this is an outlier. To do that, we graph the regression line and the two lines that are two standard deviations above and below it. Using the TI-84, we'll find the regression line and the standard deviation of the residuals. Then we graph all of these three lines to see where the new point falls. First, we'll need to enter the data into the calculator. Press Stat, Edit. I enter the distances in L1 and the times in L2. To get out of the screen, I press Second, Quit. Now, let's graph the scatter plot. Go to Stat Plot, press Second, Y equals, and choose one of these. I choose Plot 1, so make sure Plot 2 and 3 are off. I am going to turn this on. For the type, I'll choose the first one. X-less is my L1, second 1. Y-less is my L2, second 2. And then press Graph. I'm not in the right window, so I go to Zoom and go down to number 9. This is the scatter plot, and I want to know if any of the points here is the outlier. To do that, I need to graph the regression line and also the line that is two standard deviations above the regression line and a line that is two standard deviations below the regression line. To find the regression equation and the standard deviation, go to Stat, Test, and go down to find linear regression t-test. This one. Enter. I saved my x values in L1, y values in L2. Frequency, leave it as 1. Always choose not equal to. For the regression equation, I want to store that in y1. Go to vars, go to the right, y vars, choose function, enter, and choose y1. I told my calculator, after find the regression equation, store that in y1 for me. Calculate. This S is my standard deviation, so I need to write it down. I'm going to use 0.88178. Make sure to write it down. Now, if I go to y equals, this is the equation of regression line, and the calculator store that in y1 for me. If you press graph, you see the scatter plot with the regression line. Now, I want to graph the line that is two standard deviations above my regression line and also two standard deviations that below the regression line. To do that, I go to y equals. For the one above, I use y2, which is red one. So I want to take the regression line and plus 2 times the standard deviation. Instead of typing all of these numbers in the equation here, all I do is just tell the calculator to use the equation y1 and then plus 2 standard deviations. So go to vars, y vars, function, and choose y1. So I say y2 equals to y1, which is this equation, plus 2 times my standard deviation. Remember, I told you to copy down the standard deviation, 0.88178. This red line is the line that is two standard deviations above the regression line. Now, I want to graph a line that is also 2 standard deviations below the regression line. And my regression line was stored in y1. So my y3 is equal to y1 minus 2 times the standard deviation So I have the regression line here, y1. y2 is the regression line plus 2 times standard deviation. y3 is the regression line minus 2 times standard deviation. Now press graph. The blue line is my regression line. The red line is the line that is 2 standard deviations above the regression line. And the black line is the line that is 2 standard deviations below the regression line. Any point that falls above the red line or below the black line is considered an outlier. As you can see, there's no point above the red line or below the black line, so there are no outliers.